interesting findings that you'd like to share?
Well, the findings in the first section we're making quite public. There are 6 gaps that have turned up where currently Thai leadership is not strong. I don't want to say it's weak because that's perhaps an overstatement, but it's not strong. And it causes problems in a lot of organisations, in government agencies. The first issue is leadership through uncertainty. Thai leadership is perhaps a little narrowly cast. People are technically competent, but if anything's a little bit to the side or unexpected, it tends to rock the boat more than it should. The second thing follows on from that is that Thai leadership is not very innovative. It doesn't really behave entrepreneurially, thinking up new ideas. It's happy to go in the same way. So what you might say, a little conservative. Third thing about it is that the generation gap is enormous. Thailand perhaps, and I say this with all respect to Thais, but I think the generation, the conversation between generations is worst here than anywhere else. Thais themselves have told me that this has a lot to do with the respect. Respect is both the strength and the weakness. You know,
two-edged swords.
It's a really two-edged sword, that's right, because on the giving of respect side, it creates a harmonious and peaceful community and attitudes between people, but it's not reciprocal. In other words, the people often receiving the respect expect it and don't return respect. So perhaps there's not very much respect downwards, down to the young people who have most of the knowledge in Thailand. Right? The future is in the knowledge of all those thousands who have studied all around the world, have come back home. And Thailand is not a fast-growing developing country anymore, right? South Korea rushed ahead. Singapore rushed ahead. Now Malaysia is edging ahead. It really is important that Thailand build the momentum and start to, again, move a little better than it is at the moment. So I think for going into ASEAN, where all businesses are going to be open to more trade and more competition, leadership is going to be absolutely paramount.
But what's going to happen if you don't address these gaps that the research?
Well, I think this will still be a happy, respectful country, but I don't think the quality of life and the standard of living will be as high as what many people aspire. It won't go backwards, I don't believe. But it may not go forward at a very fast rate either. Because leadership is so important to confidence and new ideas, and that's what we're going to need.
I'd love for you to maybe share some of the suggestions that they gave, you know, for each gap. If you can go one by one, not all of them, but maybe like step 1 perhaps to fix each gap that you mentioned.
You're probably asking something a couple of weeks too early.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's just that we're just putting these things together, and Suri may be able to fill you in.
I will come back.
Suri will. Suri will. Well, that's fine. We just had a meeting this morning, which was sort of looking at our rough draft, and we've decided we need to do a little bit more work so that when we present it to people like yourself, it's easy to understand. At the moment, we've done it.
Is it doable?
We've lived with it. That's what we're making it. It has to be doable, and it has to be specific. So each of the steps has to have a meaning and actually be a task, not just an idea, but a task. So someone could go and actually do that, and that's what our goal is. And as I say, 2 or 3 weeks' time, yes, we will have that information.